When the heart turns blind, a tale of love, sacrifice, and regret. There was a blind young girl who hated herself for being blind. The inability to see the beauty of the world filled her with deep anger and frustration. In her dark world, there was only one light. Her boyfriend, who was always by her side, showing her unconditional love. This man was not only her sanctuary, but also the sole reason she could endure life. She often told him, "If I could see the world, I would marry you." These words expressed both her longing and her gratitude. One day, an unexpected miracle happened. Someone donated their eyes to her. The surgery was successful, and for the first time in her life, she could see everything clearly. The world was full of colors, shapes, and details she had never imagined. Tears streamed down her face as she marveled at the beauty around her. However, this new reality brought an unexpected confrontation. When she turned to her boyfriend, she discovered that he too was blind. The man she had only known through his voice, touch, and love now stood before her with unseeing eyes. A storm erupted in her heart. The gratitude and love she had once felt was suddenly replaced by shock, disappointment, and even a hint of disgust. Society's beauty standards had infected her mind like a virus. Now, in a seeing world, she wanted to be with someone who could see. Her boyfriend immediately noticed the change in her expression. He could read the disappointment in her face and the coldness in her eyes. With a trembling voice, he asked, "Now that you can see the world, will you marry me?" Her response was cruel, "No." This rejection shattered him. He walked away in tears. At that moment, the girl realized how heartless she had been, but it was already too late. A few days later, the girl received a letter. It was from her former boyfriend. The letter, written with trembling hands, contained these words: "Take good care of the eyes I gave you, my love." This final sentence pierced her soul. In that moment, she understood the magnitude of her mistake, how selfish and ungrateful she had been. The world she saw no longer seemed as bright and beautiful. She was consumed by guilt. Everything her eyes now saw reminded her of her boyfriend's sacrifice. She realized she was truly blind, even though her eyes could see. And her regret would last a lifetime. True love is not about appearances, but about the sacrifices and unconditional support we give to one another. Gratitude, empathy, and recognizing the value of selfless acts are essential to maintaining genuine connections. Often, it is not our eyes, but our hearts that truly need to see.